And now we're back. Sorry about the interruption. I was feeling very thirsty. Okay, so we're on section 3 now. Literate agents. What are they? Who are they? What do they do? Will they, you know... Yeah, what are they? Okay, so in a basic gist, they are the people that will sell your work. Oftentimes, you can go about two roads. You can represent yourself and try to work directly with editors, publishers, and so forth. Excuse me. This is, in my opinion, a more difficult path unless you're experienced in the whole industry and you have a good reputation or a current standing. Let's say, for example, you're a professor at a university. You've published quite a few articles on your research or whatever. You've had a couple of short stories published in magazines, and people know, an editor, a publisher might know you by name. Now, if you want to go about that route without having an agent, by all means, completely understandable. If you are a 20-year-old who has never published anything, who has written a book but is unsure, like I am, you might want to get an agent. Just my opinion. Because they will be helping you, they'll help guide you on contracts, contacts, making money, guidance overall, subrights, being business savvy, and pretty much, they're your link between you and the publishing company. They know who to talk to. They have a good standing. Editors know, hey, I'm talking to this agent over lunch. I feel like I can trust them when they recommend me a book. And, you have to do some research on finding your agents, which is why I recommend Query Tracker, one of the great websites I found on the internet, because it allows you to sub-sectionalize, like what genre you're looking for, what agents are currently open to submissions, because oftentimes a lot of agents only have a select period of time when they're open during the year. Likewise, that website will show you what country they're from, what publishing company. It's very nice. But that's one of the key things, because you will come across a couple agents that might not seem too, very friendly or whatever. If you're not comfortable, you don't have to pick them. But pick an agent based off their research. Try to see what their published authors have to say. Try to see what their current reputation is in the industry. Stuff like that. And one very important piece of advice I want to stress over and over and over and over and over that you have to understand is that you should... College kids being loud. One of the most important things that you want to understand is that you should never, ever, ever have to pay an agent. They will make money when they sell your book to a publisher, not the other way around. You should never have to go to an agent and be like, okay, I'll pay you so-and-so money if you can get my book to a publisher. No, it does not work that way. What happens is when you get your royalties, if your book does sell, your agent gets a cut of that. And yeah, maybe you don't make the best profit in the world, but let me tell you, it's a whole lot nicer to have a guardian angel than a devil, or to be doing things by yourself. What else? Okay, so, truth be told, no, I'll cover that in a minute. Let's say you're trying to understand what happens with an agent. So you'll have to submit like a query letter, which is usually a single space letter that it details, why you would have contacted this agent in particular. You wouldn't contact a science fiction, agent if you had a vampire romance novel. I hope that makes sense. But you want to have a reason why you contacted them. Likewise, you want to have a plot summary, which I'll go over in a little bit, and your own biography. That is a query letter. More than often, most agents will ask for a 1 to 2 page synopsis. This is a breakdown of your complete novel from beginning to end. You don't leave any hints for them. you get through it, you highlight the important parts and characters, and you show them what they want to hear. Query letter, you can be a little bit more playful. It's like when you're reading the back cover of a novel. Um, it gets you engaged. It makes them want more. So that's what you do with your query letter. And let's say the agent does decide to represent you. Awesome. They will. Their livelihood depends on your book selling. So trust me when I say agents will do whatever they can to get your book into the hands of an editor or a publishing company and get the most bang for the buck. Because remember, like I said, your paycheck is also what they base their paycheck on. And, let's say an agent, is talking to an editor. Be like, okay, I'm free tomorrow. Let's meet for lunch. And then the agent, who's also probably representing other authors, will pitch, the novel. This is why I said, you want to work on your pitch. They'll pitch it, and the editor's like, okay, I like this. This is a good idea. But let's say they get multiple editors. Then you have an auction where the agent will say, okay, I am taking a minimum of, let's say, $10,000 advance. And then the editors will compete over you. And hopefully you get more money and better royalties out of it. Really, like I said, the agent is trying to get the most bang for the buck. And truth be told, you probably won't make a lot of money from the beginning because novels are a weird thing. Some will sell like hotcakes and some will sell like cold stones. And I think right now, if you're looking at this video and you're a fresh first-time author and you're trying to understand things, do not publish a novel for the sake of making money. Do it because you have a story to tell and you want to get it told. Always remember that. This should never be about the money. This should be about telling a story. But like I said, trust your agent. They're your ally. They're going to help you wherever they can. And moving onwards, if you do have an agent and you guys they accept your query and they're like, okay, I'm ready to represent you, let's get going. And you're like, I have a few questions for you. Some of the ones that I've gotten from the Complete Idiot's Guide and the Essential Guide are that, how long have you been in the business? Can I get some references from your published authors? What is your commission rate? How do you help authors develop their material? Are you going to help me proofread and edit my material? Or are you just going to straightforward, I'm going to shoot and send back kind of guy or gal? And sometimes you'll come across agents that might be cold. Same thing with publishers and editors, but they will bust their ass to do whatever they can to help you out. At the same time, you might come across an agent that's very friendly and makes all these promises at the beginning, but they might not be what they're told for. That's why you want to do your research and know who you're looking at for an agent. Likewise, covering things more than I actually realized. Never mind. It can be hard sometimes. Like I was mentioning earlier, people are always busy, and in the agent and publishing world, they can be slammed depending on how many clients they have. Let's say your agent has you plus another 10 clients. They're going to be busy, trying to get everything pushed out. So whenever you get the opportunity, try to maximize your communication. And, it's better to ask politely, like I said, manners, than to be aggressive and be mean about it. Because when you're polite, when you're understanding and sincere, you will get a lot more done than where you will being a jerkface. But, right. That covers, I guess, the gist of what I would say for agents. But main emphasis here is that, if you find an agent, work with them, be kind, and be very respectful. Do your research, understand what you're looking at, and ask a lot of questions from the get-go, so you know who you're working with and you get a better understanding. And remember, you don't pay for agents ever. They get paid when you get paid. All right. With that said, I'm going off to the next section.